All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into an investment philosophy that basically flips the single biggest question in finance completely on its head. It's a strategy built not around when to sell, but around the idea of maybe never selling at all.
Think about it. We're all taught the exact same thing, right? The whole point of investing is to figure out that one perfect moment to cash out. Every news channel, every article, it all seems to circle back to that one single action, the exit. I mean, that one question drives so much of the financial industry. It's what keeps people glued to the screen, what causes so much stress. The game is supposed to be simple. Buy low, sell high. But what if that whole sell high part is where we're getting it all wrong? What if we've been asking the wrong question this whole time? What if focusing so much on selling is actually the thing that's holding us back? I know, it sounds a little nuts, but just for a second, let's explore this. Let's really dig into a mindset where cashing out just isn't part of the game plan. So this brings us to the core of the idea, the one-way wallet. Just picture your investment account like a vault where money only flows in one direction. Capital goes in to get to work, and that exit door, it's pretty much locked for good. And look, this isn't just some academic theory. The person behind this idea has actually lived it for more than 10 years in some of the wildest markets imaginable. We're talking crypto, stocks, the whole deal. Money goes in, and it just stays in. Okay, now this is a really big one. If you have absolutely no intention of selling, then what does a 20 or 30% drop in the market actually mean to you? All that daily price movement just becomes noise. It's not a signal to panic, it's just weather. All right, I know what you're thinking. This is the big, obvious question, right? If the money just sits there and you never use it, what is the point? Why bother building up all this wealth if you never use it to improve your life? And it's a great question. But this isn't just based on some weird impulse. There are actually 3 really solid reasons for this approach, and make a pretty convincing argument when you put them all together. So, here's the logic behind it. It comes down to 3 key pillars. First, you fund your lifestyle from your earnings. The money you use for rent, for fun, for everything, it comes from your active income before it ever gets a chance to become an investment. Second, investing is simply the correct thing to do. In a world where currencies get inflated away, holding cash is a losing game. So investing isn't a choice to get rich, it's a necessity to preserve your buying power. And third, if you absolutely have to pull money out, you only touch the yield. You take the interest, the dividends, the fruit from the tree. You never, ever touch the principal, the tree itself. Okay, but I can hear you now. That's great if you're already loaded, but my portfolio is small. I'm going to have to spend that principal eventually. And you know what? That is a completely fair point. This whole never sell idea can definitely feel like a luxury that not everyone has. So what's the answer? Well, this is where the philosophy gets really practical. It's not some rigid all-or-nothing system. There's actually a bridge, a clear, disciplined strategy to get you from the accumulation phase, building your wealth, to the distribution phase, where you actually start to use it. And the first part of that bridge is something we all know well, dollar cost averaging, or DCA. You know the drill. Investing a fixed amount of money on a regular schedule, no matter what the market's doing. It takes the emotion and the guesswork completely out of the equation. So, if that's how you build, how do you spend? Well, the solution is the perfect mirror image. It's called systematic withdrawal. Instead of automatically buying, you start automatically selling a small fixed percentage of your portfolio to live on. It's the key to making that transition gracefully. They are perfect opposites, 2 sides of the same coin. DCA is how you build, systematic withdrawal is how you spend, but they both accomplish the same absolutely critical goal. They take your emotions out of the driver's seat and prevent you from making a huge mistake. And here's where the magic really happens. If your portfolio is growing over the long term at a rate that's higher than your withdrawal rate, well, you can fund your life without ever running out of money. This is the whole idea behind the famous 4% rule. You're living off the growth, not draining your principal. All of this leads us to the final, and I think the most profound mindset shift in this whole philosophy. It's about completely reframing what success even looks like. We all have these big goals, right? Hit $1 million, buy the dream house. We're taught to see those as the finish line. But with this mindset, they aren't the goal at all. They're just feedback. They're just signs on the road telling you that your process is working.
I love this quote because it really gets at a weird truth.
When your process is correct, when you're just focused on doing the right things consistently, you often blow right past your goals without even noticing. The result just becomes a natural byproduct of your behavior.
So ultimately, the outcome, the number in your account, is secondary. The real goal is to perfect your process, to constantly fine-tune your behavior so you're making sound, unemotional decisions. If you do that, the financial results will just follow. The target isn't the wealth, it's the behavior that creates it. And that's really the question to leave with. Are you obsessed with some far-off destination? Or are you focused on the path you're walking right now? When you make that shift, investing stops being this frantic, stressful race to a finish line. It becomes a continuous, lifelong journey of just making good decisions. And that is a much more peaceful and, frankly, a much more effective way to build real, lasting wealth.
Smash like and subscribe.